Welcome back to Keep Your Hebrew, and today we're looking at Jeremiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. Let's start with verse 1. Vayhi devar Adonai Eli lemor. This is a very familiar formula at this point. And the word of the Lord came to me saying, verse 2. So this first verb is interesting because it's a cal infinitive absolute of halach. You can check this reference out in BHRG, and it'll tell you that sometimes the infinitive absolute can come at the beginning of a chain of commands or directives, as is the case here. So, go and call in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus says the Lord, I remembered you. Remembered what? Chesed ne'urayich. Hesed over here can be translated faithfulness. So the faithfulness of your youth. So you can see the construct chain here, and it's also shown in the conjunctive munach that links Hesed to ne'urayich. Next up we have ahavat kalulotayich. So this is the construct form of ahava, and this would be translated the love of your time of being betrothed. Following that, you have an interesting form, lechtech. This is a cal infinitive construct, 2fs suffix of halach. And this infinitive construct can be understood temporally. When you walked after me in the wilderness, in the land that was not being sown. Zarua is a cal passive participle feminine singular of zara, to sow. Moving on to verse 3. Kodesh Yisrael la Adonai Rishit Tavuato Kol Ochalav Yeshamu Ra'ah Tavo Alehem Na'um Adonai. Holy was Israel to the Lord. Reshit usually means beginning, and this word tavua means harvest. This is tavuato, so it actually has a defectively written 3ms suffix. So beginning of the harvest, you could also say first fruit of the harvest. Holy was Israel to the Lord. And then in apposition, the first fruits of his harvest. All who consumed it or ate it. Now this is interesting. Ochalav is actually a cal participle masculine plural with a 3ms suffix. So this is functioning substantively to refer to all who attempted to destroy Israel. So all who tried to eat it, they incurred guilt. This is Cal Yictol 3MP of Asham. Disaster came to them, declares the Lord. So these verses call to mind the intimate covenant relationship between God and Israel. And it sounds very much like a marriage covenant over here. So what's happening here is the stage is being set for a scathing rebuke of Israel and how they have departed from this. But in order to show that, we have to see first the previous faithfulness of Israel to the Lord during their youth. And we also see the faithfulness of the Lord to Israel in the way that all who consumed them, or all who tried to consume them, were guilty, and disaster came upon them. And it's a kind of like reflection of the Abrahamic covenant, where all who curse Abraham and his seed will be cursed. So in light of this intimate covenant relationship, the betrayal that Israel commits actually becomes even more heinous in light of that. Stay tuned tomorrow as we continue in Jeremiah chapter 2.